I usually don't make videos on serious topics, however this video will contain some heavy topics. I want to talk about a player that has been in the Skywars community far too long and deserves to be publicly shown for their terrible actions to players in the community. The player I am referring to is named Sheree, and they go by many other aliases. This player has an extensive history of awful behavior which I could talk about for hours most likely. However, I will simply be highlighting the key events in their history. We begin in 2020 with the Skywars Discord server, which I will not be naming because of its controversial history. Sheree was in the server and for some reason decided to pretend to be a biological female to catfish people to boost them to diamond, in which they eventually succeeded with a player named Nathan Kami. However, Nathan Kami eventually found out about Sheree's deception, therefore they got their account banned and also exposed them for what they had done. Sheree went full damage control and as they were getting exposed came out as transgender. When they did this, they claimed that everyone was simply transphobic and a victim to the whole situation they themselves had caused. That is the synopsis of the start of Sheree's unfortunate tale, but I want to make a statement before we continue. Being transgender is one thing, but coming out as transgender because a person was exposed for lying about their gender identity and then using their transgender status as leverage to undermine their downfall is absolutely disgusting in my opinion. Moving on, in 2021 a player by the name of MD80 made a video about Sheree. This is where Sheree's chronic cheating problem becomes more apparent, as cheating is a staple of their personality. To summarize the video, MD80 lended their account to Sheree, as their account was unsurprisingly banned. However, after MD80 gave him this account, they proceeded to start asking people to boost them for a diamond division they craved so badly. Eventually, Sheree thought it would be a good idea to simply start flying on the account and rank Skywars as an attempt to get diamond division, and obviously this type of blatant cheating ended up getting the account banned. After Sheree informed MD80 about what they had done, they once again played the victim card as their signature move despite Sheree being the perpetrator. Overall, this video highlighted the narcissism and blatant disregard for the harm they caused to people from their own wrongdoings. This concept of them acting as if they are entitled to the world and believing they have incredible power is a good lead up into the climax of their miserable journey. We now move on to a Twitter post made only 2 weeks ago depicting a very immoral and genuinely illegal relationship which Sheree had with a Skywars player which I will not be naming. During their relationship, Sheree was 17 and the victim had recently turned 15. Sheree lives in England, and in England the age of consent is 16, but in the country where the victim lived, the age of consent is 18. The Twitter post then provides proof of both ages, but it also reveals that Sheree had sent the victim nudes of themselves. I don't have much more about the context of their relationship, but I believe this is enough information to prove that Sheree's moral compass is askew, and they need to get off the internet and seek professional help. Next, the Twitter post goes into detail about how Sheree got mad at a person that was transgender due to some petty events. Sheree then started threatening the trans person that they would leak the fact that they were trans to everyone. The trans person was not planning to reveal this information about themselves yet to people, and Sheree threatening this was completely appalling. Based off this one screenshot, despite them claiming to be trans, which I still do not believe they are, there seems to be a great amount of hatred towards this person just because they are trans with the use of a slur and overall hateful language. Lastly, the Twitter post shows a screenshot of Sheree spam pinging people in their Discord and claiming to be committing suicide, making half-hearted remarks about leaving the world and other such references. The Twitter post also linked a video exposing even more about Sheree, but that information I do not understand very well and will not be covering. However, I will link it in the description and the video mentioned earlier in this video. As I said in the beginning, there is so much more I could cover about this player, however I believe I have proved my point about Sheree deserving to be ostracized from the Skywars community. For some reason, people keep letting them crawl back in and repeating this cycle of behavior. This concept is more proof of no matter how hated you are, there will still be at least someone that is in support of you. Take this however you want, but personally I find it to be depressing. I hope we all as a community can come together and recognize this behavior such as this and not encourage or allow it to continue.